Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. We are in Durford Village
Hey
in
there.
the tavern, and we want to go now to talk to the Lord here who's looking for someone. Hello. The man wears ADR style robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made of padding around indoors, yet they're caked with mud. He yanks at a lock of hair twined around his silk gloved fingers. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
Alright.
My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Yeah, I know, they're not forthcoming. They're not talking to you about it, I know.
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her.
I heard you arguing with the innkeeper.
A petty, small-minded man. Just like the rest of them around here. I've been paying him an honest fee for board and bed, and yet he can't be bothered to stir himself to concern for my Alice.
Actually, he seemed angry at you.
People from these backwater villages take offense for sport. You have to but show up with a full coin purse, and they'll hear insult in the jingle of your step. They forget that Duke Hadret came from the privileged classes, as did all of the other earls and lords who financed the rebellion they're so proud of. I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
Drifter, oh, his guard leans in. My lord, is symbol vagabonds. Hand raises a hand to silence them, and if you find her, he nibbles the thumb of one silk glove. Tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my Alice, my child, is safe. Nothing in the world is more important to me. Well, I'd like to ask a few questions about your daughter.
Elise. Of course.
Describe Lady Alice. She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 now. Tell me about her disappearance. We'd stopped in Durford for a few days. On our fourth evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Alice was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go, and no one at the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but we've yet to find a clue, and the locals have been no help. Why did you and Alice come to Durford? It was merely a stop along the way to Aina's Rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. What's in Aina's Rest? He frowns as if about to protest, but he gives in with a sigh. Lady Alice has reached an age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many hollowborn. Okay, our intellect is not high enough, but survival is. There are better roads along the coast. Wouldn't it have been easier to follow them to Aina's Rest? If I've thought that, I wouldn't be slogging through the forest, would I? He waves a hand. The main roads are clogged with people fleeing one way or another to try to escape Wedwin's legacy. It would be difficult for a caravan like mine to pass without incident, and the time it seemed prudent to move quietly along the back roads. Where's the rest of your family? Surely they wouldn't want to miss your daughter's betrothal. Lady Harrond is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid, and unfortunately Alice has few other close relatives. My sister and her husband, Alice's aunt and uncle of course, have been visiting Ada these past months. He rubs his knuckles. And as for siblings, Alice has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn, since Alice that is. I see, but going back to your daughter. What about her? Okay, there's nothing else. Let's go back to my previous question. That's all. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Lord Nestor Harrond of Defiance Bay. My family has been prominent there since imperial times. Our primary estate is on the outskirts of Brackenbury, but we have holdings in New Haomar as well. Those went to my sister and her husband.
Alright then, I got everything, so thank you. Search Durford for information about Ailey's disappearance. Maybe I can check her room. Can I talk to Denda Valero? Who's that? Alright, that's not interesting. This skull the head looks as old as the inn. Its leathery skin is crackle and bleached from years of exposure. So yeah, maybe we can find her room to check it out. What is coming up the stairs? Wait. This painting depicts a forested raven somewhere in the living lands. It's not him, don't worry. Oh, that's Nyfer. This painting portrays the expansive foothills below the mountains of White March. I think the villagers are keeping her safe here. Well, we'll see. Orient de Medici? Not interesting, and they are also. The glass of this window is broken, warped, knotted planks have been nailed over it. Let me close the door for you again, and open this one.
I see where you're going with that.
Can I open it?
Give me a real challenge.
Nice. Well, I'll take it. This one
This
as well.
calls for a subtle touch.
Can I open
There.
it? Yes.
What did I tell you?
I needed a lockpick, but it worked. I accidentally put that stuff here, yeah. That's fine, okay. Should put that here and that as well. That I will keep here to remember it once we have another close quarters fighter who needs a one-handed weapon. Now, let's go here and talk to Nyfer. I'll save the game because it might be that we have to fight and the village will hate us afterwards, so I don't want to risk that. If that's the case, we do everything else before. Why did the cat? The cat was still in there, alright. The Onan hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, a hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? Someone told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess, was there someone named Medreth? She draws her stiletto. You're a big shot with the Crucible Knights. If I'd gone on some kind of rampage. Don't you think you'd have heard about it? She shakes her head. I got on the wrong side of his employers, and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. Relax, I just want to hear your side of the story. What story? The Dominals came after me. I just happened to rob the wrong place. How was I supposed to know they'd already claimed it? She runs her hands under her hood and through her hair. It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now. And if you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please help me get out of here. Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. She nods slowly. I believe her. I would have heard something in Defiance Bay if that was the case. And the Dominals were bad to us, so of course I have more reason to believe her. She nods slowly. Alright, I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some more time. She follows the hooded figures toward the stairs, giving you a final uncertain glance as she passes through the door. Well, the Dominals will like me even less, but I think I can take that. Direct Medrith away from Nyfer. I'll do that. Maybe we can send him to the south, because obviously he would have noticed if she came through the west. Okay, but also we could tell them to go north to that ruin, right? That would maybe be... They would go into the ruin and maybe think she died in there, or they die themselves. That's possible, but what I mean is, in the south it's a bit difficult, because obviously she can't go to the Twin Elms with all the water in everywhere there on the way. So yeah. Here, that's him.
How do you do?
He picks at a long blade of grass. Found Nyfer yet? I'm ready to get out of here. She snuck out the back of the inn and went north. Yeah, north is good. He squints at you, pulling the grass. Did she now? And how would you have known it? I have to fight them. I was just hoping you'd believe me. Of course. Medrith draws his blade. Don't worry, I'll catch up to her right after I take care of you. Of course. I thought like maybe... no.
Hey
just
there.
me, the rest, yeah.
Hey.
You go in.
Yeah?
and you go back. Alright. Please, just get out of here. They're all coming after me now. That's not good. Alright. You and you.
What?
Wait, you're. Alright. You have to go attack this one.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go back. Well, you. I guess you could heal myself only, because that would be enough, I believe. Yeah, now we should be good to attacking the boar companion maybe first.
Yeah?
Alright, now everyone go after this one. Now, okay. And the last one. Or is that, of course, because of... Oh, that was interesting. He used some ability, which I don't know which one it was. Defensive? Yeah. Use per rest abilities. Alright, that's fine.
Hey there.
1,000 gold. Well, we have taken care of them. Fine warbow. I have an exceptional one, so that's not needed. Fine brigandine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they won't care about us anymore. Now let's check. I probably have lost reputation with the Dominels. Yeah, it was already at terror, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah, they hate us. It's fine.
Sure.
Oh, we have 2 updates here? I didn't even realize. A Forgotten Hollow. 20 years ago, a woodsman in Lockholm had a gift bearer of Ondra bury the painful memories of his dead wife somewhere in the dense forest known as Blackware. Since his recent death, his daughter has been searching for information about her mother. Her father left no clues, and the gift bearer has only been seen twice by locals in the last decade. Can I send both of you? I'll send her. Pelagina is assigned. 1 turn. I don't know how long it will take. How long is 1 turn? Because the last time I sent out someone, it said like 2 turns. And after a few days, I recalled her because nothing happened. Alright. Finished in 19 days. Okay, what was the other thing though? I don't know. I could actually have 8, not just 4, if I wanted to. I mean, why not? I could get more. Bloody Thug, Gold Pack Knights, Mercenary Mind Striker, Vagabond Skulls. Let's go for another Warden of the Woods, Mercenary Mind Striker, Gold Pack Knights. No, I go for the Vagabond Soldier and for the 1/1 Blooded Thug. Alright. Now we have it. I think it now looks good. We have like 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 crowns, so 10 reputation plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 safety. 10 safety and 10 reputation, which should be nice. And we have to pay 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Wait a second, I have to read that. 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 90 coppers only per day. Well, I think that should be fine. Who is going to be next? We've been in the inn. Let's check out the Currieri. She's been missing for days. You people can't stop stonewalling us. I'm trying to help. And you can't just barge into our homes. We told you she's not here.
Can you smell the oily notes of brain fat in the air? Cured leather always makes me so hungry.
Okay. Do we have here? Elder antelope horn. I take it. No idea why, but I'll take it. Turgle's curary. Let's see. Can't find it anywhere. I know. We'll talk about this later. Get back to the dice. I'll take care of our customer. Well, we bowed before, like when we had to fight those guys. It's because my resolve isn't high, but the problem is, it's all like usually in games you have a skill for diplomacy, so you don't have to put points in that attribute. But you don't have that here. You don't have diplomacy or persuasion as a skill. So, but you have it in the second game I saw, so I can put points in there. Here, well, we'll never get anyone persuaded, I guess. Well, with our weapons, we do.
Hello.
A sturdy, broad-shouldered man wipes his hands on his legs. He reeks of the same foul compound wafting from the vats, and his arms are stained with dye. You're looking to purchase some leather? What can you tell me about Ailey's Harrant? He shrugs. Only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. Alright, something else? Rumboldt mentioned something about an ogre. He's hardly talked about anything else since those pigs of his went missing. The whole town's been worried about that monster. People are starting to see shapes in their windows at night, hearing its growl and the snoring of their mates. It would put a lot of minds at ease if someone got rid of it. Yeah, I have to do it to get them to like me, of course, yeah. He scrapes a red pigment under his fingernails. I sometimes venture into the wilderness, collecting ingredients for my dyes, mind you. I've seen tracks east of here, never near the river that couldn't have been anything else. Okay, to the east. Oh, I hope that this Orlan woman didn't run into the ogre. Show me what you have for sale. What's in the collapsed tower? It's collapsed, nothing. He rolls his eyes and shrugs. A few hides and stretching rags, and the tallow stench danglers always grumbling about. The rest of the keep's dust, just like the fool Lady Thainu who tried to hold it. There's a bard at the inn who'll tell you the whole blazing story if you want to hear it. Show me what you have for sale. Alright. Oh, maybe I should. I don't need two of them. One is enough. Girdle of Mortal Protection. Decreases critical hit damage. Oh, maybe one could use that. I don't know. I can't check it here, but it's not that expensive, so let me see that. Okay. And that's all, I think, yeah. Other. I don't know if I need it for anything. Elder Lion Fang. Well, let's give away this, because I think that's not needed. Antelope horn. I keep that. Maybe I need it for something in the quest or something. Alright. Okay, I think that's it. More I don't need. Farmer's Plight. Find the ogre's lair somewhere in the wilderness outside of Deerfoot Village. Yeah, it's in the east probably, he said, yeah. I can't really find anything here, but maybe it's somewhere. When we get to the edge of Deerfoot Village, we'll maybe find it then. Alright. There's something I wanted to do. Yes, I wanted to check who could wear this. Increase critical hit damage, yeah. That's probably good. Or I could go into crafting a bit more. I never use potions, so maybe that's not working out. Enchant. He already has enchantments on everything. Here probably as well. Yeah, no, it's just that one thing. Slaying. For the Kith, I need one more Barath spell, and then I could do it. Alright.
Hey there.
Stay out of my private quarters. That goes for you and Harren's bootlickers. I am not going in there. I just want to look around. Dice fill the wooden vats. They smell of dung and plant matter. Alright. Saban?
And what do we have here?
I'm not one for chit-chat, human. Speak to Triggle if you've got questions. Oh, we have a key. So I could technically open this, but they're here, so I'm not doing it. At least not now. Right, I know that I have to go to the east.
Before I
to
knew it, the
find
Stelgar
the
was on
ogre.
top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
Well. Potions for sale, potions and oh, Hedina's apothecary.
Greetings.
A young woman leans against the wagon. One arm and one side of her face are covered in bandages, with raw, rippled flesh showing underneath. A minty, tangy scent wafts from her dressing. She smiles painfully. Just ventured into town. I'm about to dry on some of my stocks, but you're welcome to have a look-see. Actually, why are your stocks limited? It's the damn roads. Can't reach none of my supplies, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the woods. Deer cab, river reed, and the like. That's well and good, but most potions require something stronger too. Troll skin, vessel bone, what have you. And then there's really rare ingredients, things you'd never be able to afford, let alone find on your own. What did you find? Edina winces as the rest of the story comes tumbling out of her. I've been keeping an eye on a drake's nest east of town, at Durford Crossing. Durford Crossing? Isn't that... okay, it's in the east, apparently. The beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch and move on. Thank the Sky Mother it wasn't a full-grown dragon. Well, we've defeated drakes already. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than the ones that get passed between merchants or left in nests for weeks or more, and the clutch looked to be at its peak. Thought I'd see about getting an egg, but I didn't realize so many of them had already hatched, or that young worms were so territorial. I don't know if I should get the egg for her, but I will kill them anyways if I get close, so I could get an egg for you. She keeps her gaze steady, but you see hope kindling in her eyes and twitching at the corners of her mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. She bites her lip. If you really mean to go after it, I'd certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragon eggs are fragile, and there's a lot more I can do with a whole one.
Hail, traveler.
She adjusts one of her bandages. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. Actually, if you have ingredients, that would be more interesting to me. What's wrong with the roads? Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out of babies, but it's grown folk that's robbing out the rest of us. People are scrambling to Defiance Bay because they hear there's healthy births there, and all those refugees and abandoned homes attract desperate sorts like flies on dog shit. Alright, show me your wares. Sure thing, the shelves of her cart contain jars, vials, and bundled paper packets. I want ingredients. If you have the ingredient I need for... You don't even have the mushroom that you were talking about. There's only this mushroom here. Alright. Actually, I have no idea if I need something of this. Maybe I'll just buy them anyways. You get like some stash for it. Holy hell, it costs so much. But I can pay for it, so let's do it. And then we'll see. Get a dragon egg from Durford Crossing. Now again I have to put it here and here. I could go to crafting, but I would like to check if there would be anything I could activate from here with what I've got. Nah. The vessel one will give me this, okay. But I don't know what vessels are, to be honest. Anything else is not possible currently. Legendary, holy hell, 20,000 coppers. Superb would be doable. Alright. Let's see inside your place. Since we're allowed to go in here, yeah. A ledger lies open on the desk. It lists purchase and sale amounts for various alchemical ingredients and concoctions. William Ferris. Alright, we can't talk to this guy, and I don't want to steal here, so we have to leave again. Alright, you can go a bit south. Grieving Mother, who is this? The woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating strangely colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads of the long fibrous stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me? The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable ports are now missing. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing. Like many of the townsfolk you've seen, there is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she is half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, almost impossible to the length of her hands. As you follow the stream of her locks downwards, the hair has become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver and wrapping around her hands. She is forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp, like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau surrounding it in all directions a forest, hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist or distance or a recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arc above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. And you hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes, and the sound, the scene, gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts, like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees and the warm texture of the ground, silver white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists and your hands. Your hands are in motion, weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movement of Barath's wheel. Your hands are wet, your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head, turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing, crying out. Okay, so she's what is the name? She's helping women in labor to give birth to the children. An au pair? No, I don't know how you call it. Focus on the child and movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth, and coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet robe. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb, before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for you. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience, the experience. The woman laughs with the ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well, and they are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she's nothing like what you first saw. She's wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize what you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at least be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
There is a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound, softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on her cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a biowack, yes, and it did something to me. A hand withdraws shyly, the chimes sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Yeah, I'm not a cipher. If I was a cipher, I would be able to do it as well, I guess. I've never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There's a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat in your thoughts, it stretches out between the two of you, like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question, yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. She can come with me? Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you and the calm sky looks down upon you. Oh, apparently I can. She's a cipher, which means she can do magic, but I think ciphers can buff enemies and debuff enemies and buff your companions, so she's not the damaging mage like Heravias or Alof. She's more like Kana, who's the chanter. I'm not sure if that's right, but we will try it out like this.
Safe travels.
Let's try it like this. Of course, she has a level up. Learn of the Grieving Mother's past. I will ask her, but not yet. I will only do this because I will forget about it in the next episode. Oh. It's almost correct. It's not really correct because she is there. She's supposed to be there. She's supposed to be here and there. Yeah. No, actually it was the other way around. This way. Yeah. Alright. And in the next episode we will talk to her and yeah, continue our quest. And we will level up her. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.